Hi everybody, this is Susan and I'm showing you my bra strap again. I do that every week, I believe. Anyway, sorry that I look kind of like crap today, but I haven't bathed yet and that'll be a little later in the day. But meanwhile, once again, I only have very little done this week. I finished up one little project and it's sort of it's a bowl cozy for the microwave, and it's going to be one of the things I make for Christmas gifts this year. This one is pepper fabric, surprise, and I took this, and that's the inside, and let me put this down. I didn't make it deep enough. I should have made the little places on the side, instead of being 2 inches long and 1 inch wide, I should have made them 2 inches long and 2 inches wide so that it would have stood up a little better. But what you do, you place your bowl in the cozy, put it in the microwave. Then when you get your bowl out of the microwave, you can pick it up holding the sides and not get burnt. Plus, it acts as a hot pad if you set it on your counter or your table. And you can make them in any size. I'm going to make a few. This one is 8 and a half inch square. I'm going to make some 8.5, some 10s, some 12s for larger bowls. And you can stack them one in the other to make a little display. Especially if you turn them cattywampus within each other. So that's what I've decided to do. That was my prototype. I watched a couple of videos about it, and one of the things that when I started making it, I was making it from memory, and I didn't write down the dimensions, and that's why I made the little darts not quite wide enough. See, if it had been a little wider, it would have stood up like this instead of like that. So anyway, that's what that's all about. I have worked a little bit on the pepper quilt. I've got it basted and part of the quilting done, but I don't have enough to really show you. But this is the front, and this is the quilt that I had, the quilt top I had that I decided to put on the back of this one. So she's ready to be finished for me to finish quilting her. And that, I'm looking at my notes because I don't want to go 15 minutes this morning. That's all I've really gotten done as far as crafting. I've been trying to straighten out my room a little bit, and I've been sorting fabric and putting it away. The only problem with that is, as I sort fabric, I see stuff and I get an immediate idea of what I want to do with it. So I pull it out and I put it together, and then I start doing something with it. And so I end up with a bunch of projects all around. My brain is so scattered right now. I've got too much going on and not enough finishing. So my goal this week is to finish the pepper quilt and to finish the blocks for my nephew's Project of Doom, and work a little bit more on the t-shirt quilt. I think I'm almost ready to go back to it. It's amazing how many projects you can think of to work on when you're trying to keep from working on something that you don't really enjoy. But anyway, I'm having lunch with Matea, the young lady who's going to get the quilt, her mother, and a couple of our friends on October 13th, and I really, really would like to have it to take to her then. So I'm hoping I'll have some things to show you next week. We'll see. right now I'm just kind of worried. I have a brother who lives at Holden Beach, which is on the southeast part of the coast, near Myrtle Beach. And he is staying there. He's not leaving. Forrest is my brother's name. He is in really bad health. He's had advanced COPD for years. That's what happens when you smoke for 50 years. But anyway, he was just in the hospital last week with pneumonia and is at home now getting over that. But he just doesn't feel like he'd be able to drive very far or ride very far. So he and his wife are staying put. His son and his grandson live a couple blocks over, and they're staying there too. And his stepdaughter and her two sons live within a mile of them as well, and they're staying. They're not directly on the beach, so the water surges probably won't get to where they're at. The last time that they had a major hurricane come through, the surge, and it was not nearly what this one is predicted to be, but the water surges came to within a block of their house. And they're about a mile from the beach. But this one is supposed to be really, really bad. We had a Hurricane Hazel in 1989, and it flattened every house on Holden Beach and all but 5 on Long Beach. So you can imagine I'm scared to death for them. The news now is that it may hit landfall a little further south than there, but it's still going to not be a fun time. Then I have a cousin who lives at Kitty Hawk, which is on the northern end of on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, on the coast, and they're staying put too. She said she's been there 43 years and never had a problem and doesn't see any point in freaking out. So I'm doing the freaking for all of them. So please just keep them in your prayers, your thoughts, send them good light, whatever, to them and everybody else that's along the coast and a little further in. Rainy, windy, if you're watching, I've really got you in my thoughts right now, and I'm concerned about you too. They're not at the coast. They're between us, about halfway between where we're at. We're about 300 miles from the coast, but they're about halfway between where we're at and the coast. Jennifer, stay safe. Jordan, it may even affect you in Charlotte. Meanwhile, everybody hunker down and take care of yourself and keep us informed about how everybody's doing. Now that's all I got to say about that. So I've still gone on almost 9 minutes. So I'm going to take off now. No, I'm not. I've got one thank you. Well, I've got a lot of thank yous, but this one in particular. Crystal, I got my Christmas card. That was the brightest light I've gotten in the past couple of weeks, and I appreciate it. I got a giggle over it, and I love you for it. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you next Tuesday, and I will keep you posted on how we're doing after this storm blows by. Bye-bye.